So Splitters is always doing something new. Halloween, carols, and all the other events. How do you come up with those ideas and keep them fresh, fun, and popular year after year? Because they keep going from strength to strength.
Yeah, thank you. My background's in events and marketing, so I had a very extensive radio career before I became a farmer. Radio, I worked in Brisbane, worked in Western Australia, was head of promotions, and then I left that role to start my own business, which was called Minefield Events and Marketing. So I worked with race clubs and councils and all sorts of things. We had a youth festival called Max Youth Festival. We had, I worked with a local agricultural community in Harvey, WA, and I did their Harvey Harvest Festival, which was an Italian festival. So I'm all about bringing people together over food, experiences and culture. That's my background. So when I left my role with Minefield Events and I sold my business in Western Australia, I was lucky enough to move back to Sydney to work for the Wiggles for 5 years, and I was their live events manager for 5 years. Very strong brand and a very conservative brand, and I think when you're theming events or a business or branding a business, it needs to be strong, it needs to be unique, and the Wiggles was, and so were all of my events that I used to work on. So I think when you talk about the strength of our events at Splitters, Splitters was always going, well, in my mind, we didn't buy a block of land to just run cattle. We always bought that block of land to, okay, let's start tours, let's build accommodation, let's do events, let's do weddings. And when we evolved to do that, there always needs to be a want and a need for that. So the want is not enough wedding venues in Bundaberg. The need is the us wanting to diversify our product, because cattle farming doesn't make a lot of money, just letting you know. So diversifying our product so that we can make money and pay people to keep turning up every day to do their jobs. So I think that's the evolution of Splitters. Always have a strong brand, whether it's an event, whether it's your business, and always have someone maintaining the integrity of your brand. There's a lot of AI products out there now, Canva and all sorts of things, that you can create anything you want, and it's pretty easy to do. However, if no one's maintaining the integrity of your brand on those platforms, or you don't have someone who knows what they're doing, it's very easily wishy-washy. And I think that's the integrity. I also think that we do a damn good job of what we do, and then word of mouth carries on. So, I mean, our first Halloween event, we had 642 people through the gate. Second year, slightly over that, and then last year, this year, just gone, we had 1,000 people through the gate, full caravan park, and
it was storming.
And it was storming. And the storms rolled in, the thunderstorms rolled in early. But generally had no negative feedback. Everyone had still had a great night. By the time the storms rolled in at 8 o'clock, everyone had a great night. Kids went home to bed, full of sugar. That's what you want. And that's it. So yeah.
I really liked you up until you mentioned the Wiggles thing. Going through high school with a name like Jeff, it was tough. And then, you want to sing it for us? And then raising
children and everything.
Raising children and having to go through that was a very traumatic period in my life. So the Wiggles does for me what COVID does to Tracy.